Well, I got that ZWO camera connected to my telescope right here. That's the ASI 120 MM Mini. Now, I have the extended piece on it right there. This does fit down into my focusing tube, but I'm telling you right now, I don't like that because it's really snug. It's more snug than that plastic piece that it came with. And I don't want to mark up the body because, well, I just unboxed it like a half an hour ago, and I'm going to wait for an accident to ding it up before I go ahead and just don't care about it anymore. But at least give me one day with it nice and shiny. So my eyepiece, I actually set it way up here on the number 21 to focus on what I'm looking at right now. And what I'm looking at right now is way across the pond over there. I don't know if you can see it because it's real small, but it's right there where the hill hits the trees over there. There's a baseball park, and it's got a fence with that yellow stuff on the top of it. And it's got a little white post that comes up on the edge there. And this camera does pretty good. I'll show you some video from the screen capturing software I got. And of course, it's going to eventually replace this camera right here. This is that Philips webcam I got as my guide scope. Now I brought up ZWO software and the PHD2 software, and I'm looking at the exact same thing. So I'll show you the difference in the quality, but it won't do you no good because there's a tree in the way of the guide scope. Well, anyway, I just wanted to show you that what it looks like on a Celestron Super Polaris C6. I already had some dust on the screen. I opened it up for 1 second, and a speck of dust hit the not the sensor. It's got some type of filter, some type of window in front of it, and just after just 1 second, and I got a pretty good HEPA. I mean, this HEPA air filter, it's made by NASA. And it still got dust on my CCD camera, or my CMOS camera. Way to go, NASA. Well, anyway, it's probably going to be cloudy again today, so I'm just going to have to let my patience wear thin, because I probably won't even be able to take it out next weekend. It's Tuesday today. No, it's Monday today. But it's going to be raining all day and probably all weekend too. Sorry everybody in Kansas City, but I got a new telescope contraption, and well, the clouds followed me. It was clear skies the last couple of days, except for them forest fires up there in that Canadian land. That smoke just right down here to Missouri. I really don't know what to do. I let my telescope do over a couple weekends ago, and look, I got some rust on my adjustment screws there on my secondary, and I got a little bit of specks over there on my primary mirror too, but they are right near to my center dot, so I'm not going to worry about them. But I'm really tempted to take that mirror out and clean it, but I'm just going to leave it right there. One thing I do want to do is reflock the inside of that tube. You can see how gray it is, not black. But I'll probably just leave that alone too. Let's see what kind of image I get before I go doing stuff like that. It's real tempting though. Well, you guys know how it goes when you got a speck of dust on your telescope. You hate that, but you just got to kind of work through it. One thing I am not going to tolerate is too much dust on my filters. Well, this thing's supposed to have a infrared filter on it, so maybe that's what that front glass window was. I'll show it. I already showed it to you in the video. See how snug it fits down there in my tube? I don't like that at all. But on this black piece here that it came with, it fits right down in there a little bit easier. Let's see. And yeah, it's got that piece of glass on the front of that sensor. Look, I already got some dust on it again. Ugh. Well, I guess it's going to drop down in there now. But that's alright. I'll be real careful with it. Maybe when I get it out, because I'm not focused too far away. Just a couple football fields or so. Few football fields over there. So maybe I'll. Well, I'm not I'm gonna try not to use it as a primary camera, because I got a nice one on its way too. One that's a few times more expensive, 6.3 megapixels. So, but man, if that sky clears up, I'm gonna shoot some stuff with this camera, and primarily I'm gonna put it over here on my guide scope and try to do some guiding with it, because, well, that's what I bought it for, and well, that's what I'm going to use it for when I get both my cameras. Anyway, thank you very much. Astronomy rocks.